What's poppin', y'all? Drake stands forgive me for I have sinned because Anthony Fantano is just an absolute clown of the highest proportion. And this all started with his announcement of Iceman that's going to drop in 36 hours.
Drake, Iceman, it is happening. Based on my exclusive source, Iceman will be dropping in the next 36 hours. Keep an eye out, keep an ear out. Iceman in 36 hours. You're welcome.
So that's where this all started. Very soon after, academics would come out and say, yo, this goof troop doesn't know what he's talking about. It's been 36 hours. Where's the album at? And he said, then we got into this whole conversation about, oh, it was somebody from the team that planted this. I think that was a theory that academics said, and people were laughing at Fantano. But I came along and I said, you know what? It would be really lame and the video's still up, of Drake to false plant information to this guy. He announces it, and then you clown him for announcing false information you planted from a reliable source. It's like, for example, John Monopoly. He's or was Ye's manager. So when John Monopoly was working with Ye, if John Monopoly messages me and says, yo, you could leak this, but Bully's going to drop in 48 hours, and I say Bully's going to drop in 48 hours, and then it doesn't drop, and he did that because he wanted to make me look bad, it just makes him look bad because then I'm just going to say, well, he's the guy that told me. You see how that goes? But that's not even what happened because Fantano's now trying to say that he was just, I was just trolling, bro.
Hey, it's not good. Which is why this past week, merely out of a desire to engage in a little social experiment, I decided to come online and just say that I knew Iceman was going to drop this past weekend and that it was going to come out in like 36 hours, and an exclusive source that I had told me this information.
Drake, Iceman, it is happening. Based on my exclusive source, Iceman will be dropping in the next 36 hours. Keep an eye out, keep an ear out. Iceman in 36 hours. You're welcome.
In fact, here is me texting my partner on Wednesday, just kind of proposing the idea, what if I said every day Iceman was about to drop until it actually came out? And I'll also show you my side of a convo that I had over text with Torre, where I told him, I said that shit yesterday to see how many rap pages would post it. I'm going to announce Iceman is dropping every weekend until it drops. Now, before I get into the why of that, I will stop here to say, actually quite a few rap pages reposted what I said, many of which I'm sure were well aware that I most likely didn't personally have that connection to Drake's team in order to say with complete confidence that I knew the album was actually dropping, but posted it anyway because they knew it was going to generate views.
This guy, in my honest opinion, in my humble opinion, is a liar, a goof troop, a clown, a jester, a bumbling buffoon. What other words? A harlequin? Like just anything that you could possibly think of for somebody to just be goofy is what he is at this point. Because number one, if you want us to believe that you did this as a whole social experiment, because it's not a social experiment, then you would have recorded it ahead of time. And he's talking, I don't know if he's talking his partner, like maybe this is why like vague language like this bothers me, because does he have some sort of a business partner that he runs a podcast with somebody? Or does he mean his partner as in, I don't know, some like woman that he's dating or some guy? I don't know. I just don't, it's so vague. It's like vague posting at this point. And then when he's talking about, I talked to this other guy, Torre, this is what I told him. He says, I said that ish yesterday to see how many rap pages would repost it. I'm going to announce Iceman is dropping every weekend until it drops. No, you realized that Iceman didn't drop and you got wrong information somehow and you're trying to walk it back and clean up your remains right now. And that's not going to happen because the best thing that he could have done is, like I said, record and say, hey guys, let's just say it's Thursday right now, and nobody knows that. And here, look at my phone. It's Thursday, whatever date, and I'm about to announce on TikTok that Iceman's going to come out in 36 hours, right? So watch what I do, and then we're going to come back and see if people take the bait. You can do that, and then you can also text it to the guy that you were talking to and say, hey, dude, I think I'm just going to announce Iceman's going to come out before you do it. That way, when you come out and say something like this, you can say, hey, look, I told this person I was going to do it beforehand, but you're doing all of this after. And what social experiment do you think is going to happen? Oh, I wanted to see if a bunch of blogs and news pages were going to post that somebody who's been doing music and content for 15 plus years, and somebody that said that they're going to have a exclusive source that is not known for lying. You are not known for being a liar and announcing wrong information. Yeah, let's just see if they believe me. Of course they're going to believe you and repost it. Like, you're not some random guy. You're not some random schmuck. You're not some random C-tier commentator like me. Of course they're going to believe you. If I said it, they're going to be like, man, what the hell do you know? And they would be right. I don't know a damn thing. And the reason why this is so insidious and so annoying is because if he actually did do this, let's address him. Let's just say he's not a liar, right? Lying straight to our face like a serpent. He's been fooled by people doing the same exact thing. Like, if you guys are familiar with the page Daily Nowd, it's like Daily Loud, but it's a parody account. Full parodies, they just post nonsense. On February 26th, 2025, they posted, Kendrick Lamar was seen taking psychology courses at UCLA to master his pen. These are real photos, and they would add context in the captions that they add on the bottom, the notes, to correct something. And it says, according to UCLA, this photo is from 2022. So it's a real photo of Kendrick Lamar at UCLA in 2022. And you know what happened to Anthony Fantano? He addressed it like it was real, because another page also posted it. So another page reposted it from Daily Nowd, and they got fooled. And this page said the same thing, and Anthony Fantano addressed that page. So he can't say he's trolling, because if he was replying to Daily Nowd, he could say, oh, come on, dude, like, it's obvious, it's Daily Nowd. But he says Kendrick really came out of the beef and said, I got to mess with him more. And that's not the first time, because even before that, in February, just a couple of months prior, or actually just like a week or two prior, he fell for a post on Party Next Door's fake IG story. And Party Next Door was saying, for Some Sexy Songs for You, which was the first album after the whole Kendrick Lamar Drake beef, which was a good album, banger songs on that. And they put out a story saying, it's an album to F to, not sit down and analyze, my guy. Get some chicks. And Anthony Fantano would reply to this in video format.
And as if the vibe of this record and its lyrical content needed to be spelled out, we allegedly had Party Next Door, shortly after the release of this album, taking to Instagram to really explain the point. It's an album to to, not to sit down and analyze, my guy. Get some. I mean, I appreciate this. It's rare that you get an artist coming out so boldly and just basically reviewing the album for you, even if this whole point is somewhat of a sad admission at the end of the day, because essentially what he is saying here is that the music itself is so unremarkable that you would need something as intense and attention demanding and amazing as to be happening while this album is playing in order to make putting it on worth it, which is kind of silly when you think about it.
So this is him in video format in a music review, which is his domain, that he takes pride in, that he's done thousands of times, talking about this. So he can't say, oh, no, I was just trolling in the music review too. I was just playing along. No, you weren't playing along. So there's tweets, like he could have walked it back for the tweet, and he tried to walk it back for the TikTok where he announced the release date, but he can't walk it back in the music review. So I'm really not trying to hear it when anybody comes and says, yeah, this guy was trolling the whole time. No, he wasn't trolling. And it's an unfunny troll if it was. And if he was actually trolling, like I said, he would have some evidence, or display the evidence at least, that he had sent this to somebody or notified somebody beforehand. But even then, what is the experiment that you're running? yeah, people are going to believe you. You're like, oh, oops, hand covering your mouth. I wonder if they're going to believe this one. Yeah, they're going to believe you. You're one of the biggest music figures on the internet. And nobody's going to think, yeah, this guy's goofy enough to just straight up lie about a release date and lie about a source to what? Get people excited like they've been excited for Iceman this entire time? And you know what's even funnier about this is that just a day or two after that, we get an actual release date. That's the funny part. We get a release date for something at least. May 15th. Hopefully it's not the album because I do want this rollout to continue. But yeah, this is embarrassing to be honest. And what is he going to say about the last 2 times that he got caught? Just hopping on like Kendrick train and also the fake Party Next Door IG story. Is he going to say that he was trolling then too? He can't. So this is a pattern that's happened in history. And he doesn't want to say that he got fooled. Or he doesn't want to admit that he just lied and he's trying to play it off like trolling. You weren't trolling. And if you were, it was completely unfunny and lame. But yeah, let me know what y'all think in the comments. Like and subscribe and hit the notification bell if you enjoyed. And I'm going to see y'all in the next one.